Howdy folks, welcome back to Ross Grease Gaming with another video, of course again, another video today submitted by our friend Ezekiel34 in his Farragut. And this time in ranked battles. Yes, it's that time of the year again where we're going to do the time of the season again where we get ranked battles. This year, Tier 6, which I discussed previously on a video you guys can find on the channel. But today is Ezekiel in his Farragut. Now, Farragut. I told you guys before in a previous video that this ship would be in ranked, and
use the Force.
this is no difference of that at all. Now, Ezekiel's as we can see, he's already running a buttload of flags on here, so. But he's in his Farragut, which is a pretty decent torpedoing boat, actually. When I first got the ship, it was actually pretty decent. The only thing I really complained about was the torpedoes. It still was short lances, not like the Japanese, which are basically torpedo snipers. But then again, it was still a pretty solid all-around ship. Now, Ezekiel is going over towards the A cap to spot his enemies and see if there's anybody over there, but he's still making his way towards B because that way, if there is somebody too close, he does have an alternative. Now, the team consists of him being in his Farragut, a Molotov, Nuremberg, Fuso, Bayern, Dunkirk, Quay, and in Mexico. The enemy team is in Mexico, Arizona, Bayern, Fuso, Cleveland, Cross Bay, and a Farragut. So there is another Farragut in this team. Now, of course, they're already given too much salt about the Molotov, and I'm going to say this right now. Screw you. Molotov's a good choice. Rats, what the heck are you talking about? That thing's got Citadel swatting away. Nah, not really. Pretty decent range. The guns are pretty much very accurate and laser cannon almost-ish, and have a decent chance of fire. Now, I would agree with Ezekiel there that the Leander is the best cruiser for this game somewhat, but also there are other alternatives. But it doesn't really matter about the ship, it matters on who's playing it. And here comes the spot. He's spotted by the Farragut, he's already firing his torpedoes, and he is getting the hell out of here. He's spotted the team, he's done his job. It's time for him to get some distance away from that team. And he's making his way and zigzagging out of there. He's running hot. Run. He's just making his way back, and those shells were for him, but thank God the island, he's right on the edge of it, and has retreated right back in towards B and has taken the cap. Now there's an enemy Arizona, an enemy Bayern, and an enemy Cleveland, and an enemy Fuso, now spotted by him. This has already made his way all the way towards the back and has spotted the enemy team. Now this would be questionable by most, but for me, this is genius. Well, good choice for picking your target. He's got... There's multiple targets he can go for. I think everybody here can agree with me on this. He chooses the right choice. He goes after the Cleveland. Then he fires at the Bayern because he can't speed the Cleveland anymore, but he's just going to spam fire at that Bayern and try to get as many shells as he can. Cleveland gets spotted once again, and he starts focusing firing him. Well, why would you do that, Raz? Why would you go for a Cleveland and a destroyer? What if he goes after you and kills you? Well, first, it's the smoke, so you can't see him. Number two, if there's any ship that's going to be a problem, it's going to be that Cleveland. A spam firing cruiser, he's got a very good chance of fire. I don't know about you, but I would get rid of him first, especially for a destroyer. You gotta get rid of him and get him off the target. And Ezekiel's trying to hit this guy, but it's a little tough with those shots. He's aiming a little too high here. That volley looks pretty good though. Yep, here they come. Now it's a good volley, and now he's getting some clean, good shots. And he's deleted by the New Mexico. That's one less ship on the match. Enemy Glass Banks decided to join the fray, and he decides to pop out just a little bit to adjust his angle, and fires his torpedoes on the line and a little further back. Why would you do that? Is because you want to have a different torpedo spread at a different location, just in case the enemy decides to retreat. And he's getting some pretty good shots here, and there, look. He's turning, and all those torpedoes look pretty darn spot on. It's a very wide net. here comes enemy torpedoes. Ezekiel, slow down the engine. Cut it backward. Go forward. Oh. I think I just basically just like it had a pucker up moment right there with that torpedo. Enemy glass bay has left the building, so now it's basically further back there. Now, why would he not fire? Look at the timer. 10 seconds left. If he's fired now and he's not behind in smoke, he's gonna get spotted, and every single ship is gonna be pointing at him, going, "Get that ship!" So we want to make sure we get the hell out of there and find a different location to fire our targets. We got a New Mexico, a Bayern, an Arizona, and the Fuso way in the back. So Ezekiel goes right around the edge here, spots some targets.
It's a trap!
Enemy torpedoes, and they just ran out on our battleship by a few seconds. Now he would fire, like I said before, but if he does that, he's gonna get spotted. So he just reluctantly does not fire. He's still spotting targets, but he's just not firing at any targets, because if he does, he's gonna get spotted. He cannot take hits in this match. I always say in this ranked battle, the difference between victory and defeat is how many ships are still kicking in a match. Even if you didn't fire, sometimes you might be in the best prime position to take out 1 or 2 targets at the right time. And here's a prime example of what I mean by that. At first, I thought he had a prime position to take out that New Mexico, and his shells would have probably hit him, but he doesn't fire again. He throws his engine at full power backwards and gets right against the edge here. And New Mexico basically can't fire at him. He's right against the edge of the island. The only he can fire at him now is getting back. Now he sees the dinner bell ringing and he goes after that Fuso.
Well, come on!
Now if you watch, there's going to be a lot of non-pens in here, but watch these penetrations. 1 salvo, I thought there were 2 salvos you gotta fire. But foolishly, that Fuso decides to hit the repair button, and he's gonna take a punishment for this. I think everybody here agree with me that it was a dumb move on his part. Those torpedoes are looking pretty good. He's firing at that Fuso still pretty good, and come on, we want that fire. Oh, don't fire yet, but here comes the torpedo. Can we get a flood? Yes, we do. Now, he already used that repair, so now he's going to be taking all that flood damage. And now he's on fire in the back end, so now he's taking 1 fire of damage and 1 flood. And watch this damage start piling up like a deck of cards. And there's a second fire on the nose. So now that's 2 fires on the deck and 1 flooding on the deck of the ship. And he's still trying to fire at the nose. Ezekiel, aim a little higher, buddy. Hit the top deck. You're not going to cause any damage on that nose. You can see how many non-pens he's getting here. Jesus Christ, Ezekiel. Remember, the deck is weaker. You hit the superstructure, not the bow. Now, he's about to fire his torpedoes, but he can't see him. Now he does. Torpedoes out. There he goes. Now he hits the deck. Too late.
Time to abandon ship.
And before he gets that kill, he does get a nice golden badge that you guys usually don't see on my channel. The Liquidator badge. Very good, very good. That means basically more than half of the health of that ship was taken out by purely flooding. If I remember correctly, we can go over here and check ourselves. Right there. Okay, 40%. That's still quite a good amount. I was trying to hit that Farragut from far range, but unfortunately he might not get that target. Nope. Farragut kills New Mexico. New Mexico kills the Farragut, and that caused a flesh wound. So Karma is a BICTH, and that is one way of killing the opponent. And Ezekiel's threading the needle here a little bit. Bumper boats. And he brings up the speed boost. Come on, his torpedoes are almost up. 2, 1. Torpedo away. Torpedo away. And the Mexico hits him for a quite decent amount. And now he's aiming at that superstructure, and he's getting a pretty good decent amount of hits here. And there are now 3 torpedoes into that New Mexico, and he is in pretty bad pain. Unfortunately, I think Ezekiel's aiming at the wrong location on this ship. Okay, he's getting a little better with the shots. There we go. Aim for that superstructure. You might not get a lot of damage, but god darn it, you're gonna get a fire. You've got to plunge fire into that deck, and too late, too late. He's dead now, and the only thing left now is the glass bay. So that's 198 target hits. I mean, a lot of it's non-pens, but still. And glass bay is now on fire. And now we can watch the damage go up, because the glass bay is basically a lightly armored battleship. I don't call it a cruiser in this game. I call it a lightly armored battleship.
It's a trap!
Because she does have the 11-inch guns of the Scharnhorst in it. Now, you're probably going to me, Raz, why isn't he pushing? Come on, he should be pushing up towards the cap and taking him out. Yeah, but there's only 2 of us left. Who would you want to go after? The weakly helped Farragut, or try to find that other fully helped Nuremberg, who's been sitting in the back the whole match? You want to stay back as far as possible. Make sure you don't get swatted away like a chew toy.
Engine boost deactivated.
Now that the enemy ship is far away, he's getting in towards the cap position. Now, unfortunately, he does not have any repair heals left. Not heals. Why did I say that? He doesn't have his smoke ready. He still has another 50 seconds now till that smoke's ready. However, his torpedoes are ready. And he was spotted for a quick second, but it doesn't matter. All he has to do is back up a little bit. And watch, the shells, because of the shells of this ship are so massive, it can't fire a plunging fire shot. But he can. And here goes the torpedoes. Bye-bye. And that is a victory for Ezekiel. Well done, well done. So, 229 target hits, 7 torpedoes hit, 2 incapacitations, 2 destroyed, 6 fires, 3 floodings, and 1 capture point. Well done, well done. I tell you what, that is a lot of shells fired. However, I would recommend Ezekiel, next time you do this kind of match, check your shots. They seem to be a little too much on the shooting into the superstructure, or the side metal, onto the side's armor. Try to aim more onto the superstructure, and you probably can get a little more damage. Now, he doesn't use credits for his premium stuff, so he did lose the balloons on here a little bit, but 30 doubloons, that's not bad. But he did make a net profit of 268,000 credits that match. That goes for a win, and well done, Ezekiel. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm hoping to do more on these rank battles as they keep continuing digressing through the season. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. As always, take care, and I hope you enjoyed.